going on, everybody? It's your man Chuck Creekmur, aka Jigsaw. We are here. Good morning, America. I'm here with my man Grouchy Greg. We taking over the show.
Good morning, Wilmington.
What's going on, guys?
Thanks for having us.
Yo, thank you for coming.
Yes.
Yo, these guys are freaking amazing.
Great intro.
Great intro. Good morning, Wilmington.
He's like, good morning, America.
America.
But thank you. We'll take
That's
that.
all.
We'll take
I
that.
really did that.
Don't worry about it.
I looked right at it too.
Don't worry about it. We'll take that.
I'm sorry,
You know what I
man.
mean? Inspiration is
Yes,
everything.
that was actually very nice.
Yeah,
Thank you.
but
But we're
That
talking
you
to
thought.
America because we're going to put this on our hip hop.
All day long.
right.
Let's go. You guys are phenomenal in the hip hop and what you've been doing for what, over 20 years now? 25 years.
Yeah.
These, natives of Delaware, right? And just been doing great things. How did you guys come about with the concept of all hip hop? When did it originate?
So, I was running a small record label here in Delaware, hoping for massive success, and thought I was going to be the next Diddy, and we did become the next Diddy's, by the way. But I thought it was going to happen through a record label.
Okay.
Basically, I registered all hip hop, thinking it was going to be a record label that competed with Raucus. Chuck was and is.
They don't remember Raucus, by the way.
Raucus, yeah. Raucus was an old hip hop label. Kanye West
Yeah.
featured in the Genius documentary.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of pioneering rappers still out. Talib Kweli, Black Star,
Yeah.
Mos Def, who have a new album out now, dropped yesterday.
Eminem, yeah.
Eminem, they were filled with talent. But I thought the label was going to compete with them, and all hip hop was going to be a label. Chuck was doing journalism, hip hop journalism, on a very high level back then.
And
At least what I
had a
considered.
website as well back
Okay.
then, which was another name,
And
which I won't
ear-
mention.
This is early. This is before the .com.
This is '97.
Right.
It was before the boom, definitely.
Before the
Okay.
boom.
Okay.
And so he had a website that was doing journalism, and we looked at what we both had collectively and decided to merge, the companies or the websites,
Right.
and all hip hop was birthed. But we've known each other since high school.
Get to high school. Tell them high school.
Yeah,
Oh, G-High in the building, G-High in the building.
all Glasgow alums,
right.
the best school in the state, whether it's sports or education or whatever, we repping it.
Right. We
Right, even though we know that's not all true.
It's all good.
All right, so before the com, you guys merged together, and obviously was a good choice. It was a good collaboration, a good partnership. So you do it. What's next?
Wow. What's next is a lot of hard work and grinding, but Greg and I were a great team because, we had different sensibilities, even different lifestyles.
Oh, wow.
And immediately it took off when we partnered, so I always maintain that was the best decision I ever made in my life.
Great.
You know what I'm saying? But I moved to New York in 2000, and Greg, he did stay here, but in the early days, we hit it. We hit the town hard. We hit New York City hard.
So you Delaware natives, you leave here, you head to New York, and we know how hard it is.
Yes.
They say if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. I believe if you can make it in Delaware, you can make it anywhere.
That's true too.
Right. That's what I believe. Now, you're taking hip hop, something brand new that's coming out of Delaware. You head to New York. Was it really hard for you to get started, or just that grind? And in here, I want you to tell me what that dedication and sacrifice and that grind look like. So if anyone out here is thinking that it was an overnight success,
Let me tell you what it looked like. It looked like being on the Greyhound bus a lot of times during the week with an old sandwich in my book bag for my lunch. And that might be all I was eating for the day because I had no money except for the bus ride up. But it was like a duality, right? So the internet had not matured enough yet where there was, all this money flowing in, especially on the urban or black-owned media side of things. So while the brand had massive amounts of traffic and critical acclaim, we were at parties with Jay-Z, Russell Simmons, Diddy, and I remember going into my book bag and pulling out my sausage sandwich from Wawa and sneaking somewhere and eating it because I was so hungry.
Not the sausage sandwich.
not the sausage sandwich.
Sausage, egg and cheese biscuit. Wrapped up in tinfoil.
Right.
But I'm just saying that's how real the grind was for anybody that wants to think that it was an overnight success or an overnight struggle. We've both put in, I don't think either of us have had a real vacation for 25 years. You know, there's always something to do every single day related to the business. You know,
And I love hearing stories like that because that's the reality, the grind, the hustle, the sacrifice, the blood, sweat, and tears you put into anything you do. And it's important to remind people that it wasn't instant success. You woke up one day and it was handed to you. It was earned.
Definitely.
And it's still earned every single day because results are earned. And I love hearing stories like that, that you sacrificed so much to better yourself and progress in your career and what you did and the strides you took to get there. And I love hearing stories like that. And it's important for our viewers to hear stories like that because you never know who you are inspiring.
Absolutely.
And I love that. And I respect that of both of you. But I just to kind of shift gears a little bit, because for the viewers that are just tuning in and they never heard of you gentlemen before or allhiphop.com, could you share with them? And we'll start with we'll start with you, Greg, and then we'll chime over to I'm sorry, Grouchy Greg, so sorry, and Jigsaw. But would you share with our viewers how you came up with your nicknames? I'm sure there's a story.
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I'll give you the easy breezy version. A friend of mine, Phil Ward, by the way, I should say his name, Phil Ward, bless his soul. He passed away a few years ago, gave me the name Jigsaw because he felt I was puzzling and difficult to understand.
Like the character.
No, it was way before the character.
Wait, was it?
Well, way before the movie character. Now there's a Jigsaw in comic books.
Yes.
You know I'm a comic nerd too.
Yeah.
So there's a Jigsaw in the comic book. So, but he wasn't thinking of that.
Okay. Well, wow, look at that mess. I get it.
And you, Greg?
yeah, you know, sometimes my demeanor fits, you know, the name Grouchy. But mainly, you know, I was in a kitchen with my mother at one point, and you know, I don't know what I was doing or saying, and she looked at me and she was like, "You're so grouchy. You're grouchy like your Uncle Abe. You're grouchy, Greg." And it just rang, boom, grouchy.
I've never heard this story before.
Are you serious?
See?
I was
Learning
searching-
something new about your friends and your colleagues.
for a good AOL screen name. That's how far back it goes.
Not the
I had a bunch of not suitable for work screen names on AOL.
Okay,
You know what I
okay.
mean?
Right.
That was it.
And real quick, because I know we hopped right into the interview, allhiphop.com. Can you tell? Because I want to talk about just like how you got there, and I also want to talk about like what it is to maintain it. Like because there's a huge business aspect about it. That I think that I love to share with people because they think you can just hop in and be a talent, right?
Yeah.
And don't understand the business part of it. So all hip hop, what is it?
Well, wow. You know, All Hip Hop's a platform for hip hop culture in every facet of the culture. So that's the front end, you know, and then on the back end, it's an advertising based business, but we delve into events, culture, we merch, almost everything, because obviously hip hop's the largest genre now. So in our 20 something years, we've really touched base with almost every aspect of the culture and the business. The one thing we never did, which I slightly regret now, is we never started a record label. And in hindsight, you know, we had this thing called integrity, and it doesn't really exist anymore, but we had that, and conflict.
I felt that.
You did there?
I felt that.
And conflict of interest was really heavy in the journalism era, which another thing that doesn't quite exist. But so we never started a label, and that's the one thing I wish we had done.
How about you? What was one thing that you wish you'd have done as well?
Man, I don't know. I feel like I've done a lot. You know, I'd have to think about that. You know, I've got to meet all the people that I wanted to meet. I've gone the places that I wanted to go on. It's allowed me to travel, live out my dreams. I would just say on the business side of things, you know, I would say, and I don't want to call this a regret because at the time it was the right decisions, but you know, we've had many offers from people who were interested in investing in all hip hop. Jay-Z, you know, Diddy, and you know,
you're dropping names.
I mean, I'm I'm just saying.
Okay.
These are true.
That's what we doing.
These are true facts.
Right,
And
right.
you know, at the time, those gentlemen weren't as astute on the internet as they are now, or as we were.
Because this
then.
was early again.
Because
We
this
talking
was
about
early.
early.
We're talking about 2003 to maybe 2007 or 8. But you know, other than that, you know, there aren't any other real regrets other than, like Chuck said, you know, not running or having a label, which is something that we're still considering. My biggest issue is I'm not trying to babysit anybody.
I hear you. I hear
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. I hear you. I wanna. I'm sorry, man.
No, that's okay. You call it a regret, but it was a decision that you made, and you put integrity first.
Exactly.
So I want to make sure that we highlight that it wasn't really a regret of yours, but it was a decision that you made, and you put integrity at the forefront. And I think that's important. So don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself too much, because I think that with allhiphop.com and the success you both have, just, I guess you would say, earned.
Yeah. Well,
earned.
that's the thing
that
about
the
the brand.
it shows.
The brand, and the key word is integrity. It's one of the things that separate us from most of the other brands that are out there on the internet today when it comes to hip hop. The culture knows what we stand for, and they know that it's integrity and really representing hip hop to its fullest and at its core.
And now I'm gonna hop over to the business, and please tell me, like, Ivan, shut the hell up, right? Like, if I go too deep with it, I want to talk about like the failures, right, and then how you recovered, because I think that a lot of people, one, they think that you can become an overnight success tomorrow,
right.
And two, they think that there's no struggle, right? The pain points in business are the things that we can learn from. Like like it's been many of years that Grouchy met me somewhere and gave me some advice, and I appreciate you for that. And it helped me because me being new in the media, space, it was like, okay, how do I do this? The pain points are the places I like to touch. Like, where did you guys, or you don't have to get into detail if you don't want to, but like, were you like, oh snap, like either funds are low or this, and how did you, or we had a bad business deal or someone took advantage, and how did you recover?
Oh yeah.
And what did you
First
learn?
of all, let me tell you, we have a will that just can't be broken, refuses to lose. So that's a heavy question. We have numerous failures, numerous down. I mean, we've had everything you can imagine, which is why there's a potential TV show in the making about all hip hop. So it's hard to condense that question into one concise answer, but I'll say this, everything. And then, but if I were to put one thing on it, I'll say that our ambitions were huge.
Right.
And at one point we overextended ourselves, and then there was the bad accountant, and then there was the downturn, the recession, and then there was hacking and sponsorships fell through, and all of that coalesced into one moment. And we thought we were going to either go bankrupt or go belly up, period. But we adjusted quickly. We made the proper. We kind of pulled our bootstraps up and pushed through it. It was painful. We had to let go a team that was unstoppable. We actually still feel that to this day. And most of those people are in incredible positions now from going from all hip hop.
Learning what they,
So that's all for the book, and that's all for the movie and other things. But we're going to tell that story.
All right. So where we are today with all hip hop?
So today, we're in an interesting position. We manage our advertising and our advertising business ourselves.
Nice.
We're part of a new collective that's emerged as part of the diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts in the greater ecosystem of the advertising world. So we're part of a collective called Group Black. We, meaning the collective, have $500 million worth of commitments from, all of the major advertising brands. Yeah, and now if you are a Black-owned media business, is the time to be in this space. I personally don't feel that there will ever be a time again where this amount of money or attention has been committed or is being diverted to Black-owned media to make up for some of the historical injustices that have happened to African American men and women in this business. And when you talk about pain points, over the past 25 years, we've had to watch companies that we've been a part of raise hundreds of millions of dollars off of, to be quite frank, a lot of our efforts, or a lot of the efforts of the other brands. So, that's one thing that I'm excited about The other thing is should we talk about the doc?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Go ahead.
Briefly, yeah. Well, we're working on a documentary
Okay.
about
Nice.
all hip hop's 25 years. It's an interesting angle, so I'm not going to share the angle, but,
That's right.
but
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
come back for that.
No, I'm good with that.
We
As long as we get the
yeah,
exclusive,
get
baby.
you back on the
And
show
we've got
to talk about that.
We've got a
Yes.
major, well-known director attached to
That's
it.
awesome.
You know what I mean? And you know, we're swinging for the fences.
Yeah, all right.
Yes, I
Daggone
love that.
right.
Love to hear that. It seems like there's so many big things on the horizon for allhiphop.com, but for
Yeah.
the both of you.
It's
And-
that's the beautiful thing. The integrity, the business acumen, which wasn't always good. We had to go back to school in a lot of instances to learn some of the business fundamentals, and then
Lose a lot of money while doing it. I'm sorry.
Right.
yeah, definitely, yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Yes.
Bad business deal. You know, a lot of things happened in that 25
It's a whole
years.
nother show. We can talk. That's a whole nother. We might as well
absolutely.
say cut and keep on going.
Let's do it. But I'll say this right now: if you can hold, like sometimes holding on is all you have to do, and all the blogs have gone by the wayside. Most of the blogs, I should say, most of the websites have fallen by, and now we have only a few people standing.
Daggone right. I hear what you're saying. I hear
Yes.
I hear what you're saying. I watched it from our vantage point of just sometimes you just gotta be silent and just be and then you go back to your church, your grandma in church, just be still.
Yeah, be
right.
still.
Just be
Absolutely.
Still. Like you guys are great inspirations for me, myself.
I just wanted to say, you know, especially since I'm sure we're wrapping up real quick, you know, from the local side of things, both of us are still very active
Yes.
here in the state. You know, Chuck with
Shout out to Raising Kings, One Village Alliance, definitely working
Great
hands-on.
organization.
Yeah, we're doing ongoing programming now, and Greg is working with the organization as well. So stay tuned for our Father's Day photo shoot.
Love it.
You pull
Whatever
up.
you need, baby.
Yeah. All right.
Boom, boom, bam.
And one thing I want to say, you know, this is breaking exclusive news. It's one of the reasons why I rushed out.
Okay.
You know, Governor Carney has just appointed me to the Delaware Council for the Arts, the board.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, I'm going to be.
Skyscraper.
Learning new
Congratulations.
things. Right on my camera. Yes.
You know, I say that to say that, you know, through the years, I've worked with and mentored a lot of the people in the arts community here, and now I hope to take it to the next level by
Yes.
directing funding
That's huge.
to the
Congratulations.
right organizations.
That's
Yes.
huge.
I'm starting an organization.
Are you? Right.
No, I'm
right.
kidding.
No, I'm with
I'm
you.
kidding. No,
Right.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
No, you guys, I mean, again, inspiration. Like, thank you so much for doing what you're doing, and thank you for taking the helm, you know, and being the trendsetters and the leaders of media.
And not giving up.
Thank you.
Perseverance. I mean, I always, when I have the opportunity to interview individuals such as yourself that have not given up, that pick themselves up and do it again, and then do it again, and then do it again, I admire that.
Thank you.
It's important to surround yourself with people that don't throw in the towel. And I can see that you are both the definition of perseverance.
And insanity.
Yeah. But the hard work that you're putting into your dreams and your goals, and I can tell that they're dreamers, big dreamers.
Yeah.
And I love being around big dreamers. You're a big dreamer too, Ivan.
Thank you.
The biggest dreamer.
Oh yes. But congratulations on that honor from Governor Carney, and congratulations on everything that you're doing as well. And we wish you both the best of luck. But before we end, make sure you let our viewers know how can they maybe touch base with you, or if you want to connect or partner. Is there any contacts or anybody we should be following you on social media? Let our viewers know. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Boom.
You can reach us at allhiphop.com, allhiphop.com, or Chuck Creekmur, Creekmur, on everything, even TikTok. I'm even on TikTok.
Yeah, and I'm at Grouchy Greg on all the social platforms.
You guys, like they're so different, but so cool, and so, and again, the Wonder Twins, like we were talking
Activate.
about. Yeah, there we go. Comic book here.
Yeah.
Get that right. Guys, again, thank you so much for stopping by.
you. Salute.
And feel free if you need the key to the establishment to come by and do whatever.
Okay.
You got that.
Need
all
to
right?
to that Tesla.
Nah, it's cool. What's up, everyone? It's your main man, Big Ivan, the talk of the town, Mr. DETVCH.com, and I'm here with my wonderful and amazing co-host,
Vincenza.
We just stopped by to tell you to be sure, if you want any information on what's going on in Wilmington and to meet some dynamic people doing some amazing and great things, be sure to watch us live on Good Morning Wilmington on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 p.m.
Oh, Ivan, 10 a.m.
Which he said, 10 a.m.
Listen to me, that's why he has me here. But yes, tune in live, 10 a.m. Monday and Wednesday on Good Morning Wilmington.
DETVCH.com.